Hi everyone, it's Dr. Ramani. Welcome back to this YouTube channel on narcissism. We're going to do a proverb. It's been a long time since we've done one, and today's proverb is, all's fair in love and war. Okay, so let's reflect on this one. All's fair in love and war. Is it? This proverb has its origins, I think, in a poem from the 1500s, so it's been around a while. Actually kind of excuses bad behavior in romantic relationships. And narcissistic folks, oh boy, do they ever run with the ball of this old proverby wisdom. When something like this proverb that is so embedded in our thinking about love and war is in line with other stupid sayings like love makes people crazy, so then they do stupid things and make the crazy as a defense. No! That all of these kinds of proverbs and things like that can leave people feeling like these relationships are the wild, wild west, so everything is permissible in these relationships because it's love. Well, let me tell you this. Narcissistic people are notoriously unfair in relationships. They cheat, they lie, they often do a bait and switch, they manipulate, they blame you for things that you are not responsible for. So, these relationships, by definition, are not fair. The love bombing can make these relationships feel like passionate love affairs, and it's easy to fall into the morass of all's fair in love because the entire thing feels like a massive roller coaster. It really is amazing how many of these proverbs are really just enabling and excuse narcissistic behavior. It almost seems like it's 50-50. Now, war is a different story, right? By definition, war often is not fair, but even so, there are many things that can happen in a way that really aren't fair, right? Like attacking and harming civilians. And since most people who love war are narcissistic, you can pretty much bet that war obviously isn't fair either. But so why is it? Why is it so difficult for narcissistic people to play fair? Forget love and war. Even in day-to-day life, they can't. And their entitlement is a part of it. Rules are a headache for them. And it really frustrates them when they have to follow rules. Antagonistic people are oppositional, so rules don't work for them, and they cannot play fair. They cheat at everything. Taxes, work, business, relationships, whatever matters to them. But unfortunately, this mentality that if something matters and there's strong emotion involved, then the passion means that sometimes it's not fair. Love and war, right? I have talked with many survivors of narcissistic abuse who, in the anger and rage and frustration, and above all the injustice, will say to the narcissist about whatever happened, it's not fair. And in all cases, they said that the narcissistic person fired back with, life's not fair. I could almost buy that as an answer, except for the fact that the narcissists out there have a hypocrisy about fairness. They expect it for themselves, but do not feel that it should be granted to anyone else or that they don't deserve it. So back to the all's fair in love bit. They may use that as a defense for their behavior, but for any reason you were unfair to them in love, forget about it. With the vindictiveness that would follow, let me tell you, it would feel like war. And once again, all's fair in war to them probably as well. All's not fair in love. It just isn't. It's not fair to invalidate someone or cheat on someone or lie to someone or silence someone's spirit or gaslight them or future fake them or minimize them. It's not. But according to this proverb, if all's fair in love, then that sort of feels like a sign-off on this behavior. Again, we too often view the passion and the emotion and the fervor of love as a place where rules don't apply, but they actually do. Healthy, well-regulated people behave fairly in love, no matter how passionate it is. The fates and the vagaries of life, a storm that can wipe away a house, an illness that takes a young person's life, wealth inequality, a person being born to a narcissistic parent. All of those are pretty damn good examples of life being unfair. But a person who chooses not to regulate themselves and who is entitled and arrogant and narcissistically abusing someone, to me, that doesn't fall under what's all's fair in love. That falls under emotional abuse. It's a choice, and it's not just unfair, it's wrong. We give too much of a free pass to the behavior that happens within a close relationship. The idea that all relationships are oh so different and we can't really know what's happening in a relationship because we aren't in it, and there are so many different kinds of relationships. I'm not buying that nonsense. There is a healthy way a relationship can be, and there is an unhealthy way. So no, all is not fair in love. And this proverb has been misused so many times for people who will say, oh, golly, poor her, her relationship ended, all's fair in love and war, I guess. No, 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 it's not. Healthy people have healthy rules, communication, boundaries, respect, mutuality, and compassion in their relationships. That's all being fair in love. Anything different than that? Not so much. Thanks again.